All righty, here we are. Behind the Red Door, episode I don't remember because I have so much fun. It doesn't matter. We're here. I'm Penney Aiken.
I'm Jen Petersen.
And with us today, we have the one, the only, Garrett McCraight. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Aren't you supposed to start out with the all right? We missed it. I like that. It's my preference. I'm just putting it out there.
I just feel like Matthew's going to call me and be like, I think I trademarked that. So, yeah, I don't want to get in bad with Matthew McConaughey. I think that's really what it boils down to.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful.
We just want to keep him happy.
We want to keep him chuffed.
Keep him exercising without a shirt on. I'm sorry. I haven't been drinking. My headache has just gone away. So I suddenly, I feel like a new person right now.
It's a new day.
Okay,
Garrett,
back to the beginning. Sorry.
It's a blast, right?
It's a blast.
Very organic. I'm just. So Garrett, tell us about yourself and what drew you to real estate.
Oh God. I don't really know what drew me to real estate.
Okay.
Been in sales forever, and I guess real estate that's the sales job to have.
I think so.
Well, your previous sales job.
Yeah, that was pretty intense because that's kind of like what I want to pick your brain about. So, we'll just skip down. What did you do prior to?
I sold. Can I say the brand?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we say whatever we want.
I sold Kirby vacuums.
Heck yes.
Door to door.
Door to
That
door.
is so badass.
For 7 years in Southern California.
That's great. And one thing just to preface is, does anybody understand that a Kirby vacuum is not a
Hoover,
Dyson? It's
right?
not a $40 Dyson. It's a $4,000 investment.
$3,695.10.
There you go.
So
But not to split hairs.
a number man too.
Yeah.
We got installments.
Yeah.
So that's
impressive.
Really a big thing. I mean, so you knocked on doors, just you show up, housewives home. I shouldn't housewives, whatever. Whoever's the person
Homeowner.
that's vacuuming, the homeowner is home, opens the door, and you invite yourself in to their home.
Thank God you're not a vampire.
To show them what these things do.
Yep.
By the way, I want one of these things after talking with you about it.
I know, and
I'll get
especially
you a
with my
good deal.
expensive carpet.
If you can get me a deal.
Yeah, only if I can get a deal.
But really though, I mean, there's
Seriously.
not many people that are open to inviting just a random stranger into their house. I mean, so obviously you've got some skills. I mean, as
Clearly.
far as sales go. So how did you get into Kirby?
Yeah, really.
And,
Oh, God.
And you had some success about that though.
Yeah,
So
serious
we want to
success.
know. We want to tell people about that because that's
And just, I just
mind-blowing
want to
to
throw
me.
in there that you're not even 30 yet. Just had to throw that out there. Yeah.
How'd I get in?
Yeah.
Well, I just botched an interview at a salon.
you were
I was going to be a receptionist.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
just moved to Southern California and was trying to work anywhere. Just stay by the palm trees.
Yes, I get it.
I knew I'd botched that interview. I walked in, it was all beautiful women, and there I was, not beautiful.
Not a woman.
It was
Most
never
impressive.
Santa Monica. It was a beautiful, it was
Right.
it was a wonderful salon. And I was like, that guy has not called me back. And I was stuck in traffic and got on Craigslist.
When it wasn't as sketchy.
And that's California, so I answered an ad on Craigslist, and I thought it was a job putting vacuums together in a factory. I remember telling my dad, I was like, I think I got a job putting vacuums together. I think it was Hoover. Because that's what, they're showing us how to pack it. And
Right.
next thing you know, I'm knocking on doors and offering them a free shampooing. And you'd think that'd be easy. Like, hey, I'm going to shampoo your carpet for free.
No, I think that would be super
no.
hard.
So
Yeah,
hard.
I would absolutely not be letting
nothing's free.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And eventually you learn to what's the catch? It's like, well, I got a vacuum for sale. It's $3,000. Do you want it?
Right.
No. Okay,
Right.
good. We got that out of the way.
Right.
Let me
Now let me just
clean
shampoo
some
your
carpet
freaking
and show you
carpet.
what it does.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, they were buying a vacuum.
So awesome.
Well, I haven't even seen the demonstration, but in listening to you talk, I think we kind of jokingly had you do a sales pitch one time.
It was pretty intense.
And I was thinking, I would straight up buy that vacuum. I would buy that vacuum. And so, yes, it's a good product, I think. But I think you have a way of making people feel comfortable, obviously, so that you can come into their home clearly, and having a good product and being, just a very likable guy. I think you were set up for success with that. So you had a lot of success.
Yep.
Yeah, you didn't suck at it.
No, it's the vacuum.
The vacuum
sucks.
did.
Yeah. We let the vacuum do the sucking. Thank you.
My dad used to call me and say, "Hey, your job sucks." And he'd hang up. Real mature. Thanks, pops. Yeah, but we. It took me a while to figure it out, but like the vacuum sold itself. My job was to make a friend.
Right.
And I've sold full Spanish demos. Like we go in the house, no one speaks English. I'm still figuring out how to speak English. I can't speak Spanish at all.
Right.
And we'd be laughing, having a good time, and cleaning some stuff. And next thing you know, they're filling out a credit report.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, cost of living in California. Ooh, so was that one of the reasons why you came back to Michigan?
It was, I worked 90 hours a week selling vacuums, but it grew into, not selling vacuums. It was running a business at that point.
Right.
But it was still 90 hours a week. There was days I could take off and, make some money sitting in a pool, but not every day. And I realized if we're selling $4,000 vacuums door to door, what else could we sell?
Right.
And so I was like, I'm going to pump the brakes on this and close the business. And then when I thought about restarting, I thought I should probably do it with family. And families in Michigan. Rent, everything is expensive in California, but
right.
I'll pay anything not to sweep snow off my car in the winter.
There you go. And yet here we are.
Yeah, family sucks. I love my family. But, I guess, I don't know. I miss it, but if I'm going to rebuild, I should have done it with family, and I came here.
And you did.
So when you came back, were you thinking of getting into Kirby and doing Kirby again, or were you just thinking some sort of a business with family?
Well, I didn't know what business. I just knew I wanted to be by family when I started something new, a new chapter. I did not want to do Kirby. I took Kirby as far as I could, and the money was great. The people were great. The lessons were great, but the time. 90 hours a week, what do you have time for other than slinging some chrome?
Right. That's
yeah. So how did you come to real estate then?
Yeah.
That's a long story too.
We've got 45 minutes.
Some time.
No, I'm joking.
There was a bar involved. I knew I wanted, I don't know, I just thought real estate would be something worth looking into, being one of the better paying sales jobs. And it was like, I don't want to say a high school reunion, but it's the day before Thanksgiving.
So a high school
the
reunion.
local bar, and I met a young lady there, and she added me on Facebook, and I saw she was in real estate, and it was Keller Williams. Mm-hmm. And so how do the kids say it? Slid into the DMs. It's like, how do I get in?
Yeah.
And she held my hand, both of my hands, to help me get into real estate, because there's obviously some hoops we got to jump through.
Right.
And she got me here. And, it was a slow beginning, but then I found the Red Door.
Yeah, so that's actually, so you joined Red Door in March. You're the third newest team member, actually. And so how has joining our crew changed your business? It's not a trick question.
I don't even know how to put it into words. It's completely changed everything with the support. I don't know. I feel like I was very happy with my team in the beginning, but I feel like Red Door is like home almost. Right. I sold, as much last year as I almost did the year prior, or last month than I did the year prior, just with you guys.
That
boom
is crazy right there. Let me just say that again. He sold as much with a red door last month in the month of June in 30 days than he sold the whole entire year prior.
Yep.
Crazy. Yeah. And we'll pat ourselves a little bit on the
Maybe.
back for having some support. However, that's where I was going, is that yes, we have a great support and structure on our team, but we are partnering with the right agents that are a great match for the team, and that's you to a T. With you. Exactly. That you were going to be family, and we wanted you to come home. Come home to the red door. Yeah. Actually, when we first met, there was a bar involved. Actually, we were with one of our previous guests, as a matter of fact, Victor from Highlands, and I was with a different brokerage. And you had started in KW. You've always been a KW agent, and I was with a different brokerage. And I remember meeting you, and we immediately hit it off. And you said, you need to come to KW. This is, there's all these systems and models, and it's going to be great, and blah, blah, blah. And it was a couple years until I made that move. And it's crazy to me to see how full circle that whole thing ended up, because you were the one telling me to come to KW. Then when I came to KW, I was saying, come to Mama. Yeah. Right? Like, you need to be a part of our group. Yeah. It feels like a family. I mean, right?
Oh, it totally is. I was just on vacation for a week, and I was joking before we started that I've never been this excited to come home. And, I'm leaving my family. I'm like, well, I'm going to go see my other family. And they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, my team. Like, that's my second family. They are closer to me than I've had people close to me in a long time. I tend to keep people at bay. Stay away from me.
But I think that's one of the things that we do differently, and we talk a lot about what's different about Red Door is we are very, very tight knit, and we're all kind of a mixed bag of nuts, right? I mean, we've got a little bit of all sorts of different personalities, but that's just like a family. It's the same thing with a family. And Garrett's transition over to our team has been awesome. We're
very
super
organic.
Excited.
I just don't feel like anything's been forced. No. Hopefully you don't feel that way.
Not at all. Like we said, we had talked about KW years before I even was at KW, and it just kind of all naturally came together.
That's how you want it. So when I first met you, I'm getting ready to help you write your bio, and I'm like, well, why are you doing this? And you said something to me, and I love it so much, and it's almost like your little slogan. Hopefully, to God, you know what I'm talking about. But why do you sell real estate?
For my daughter?
Well, duh. Your big why, right? Your big why.
Yep.
And then something to the effect of helping happy people find homes or something like that.
Yes, they have to be happy and honest.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't care.
Right.
The rest is
burgers
and fries.
This is the second hamburger conversation we've had today. There's a theme. There's a theme going on. Well, we will help unhappy clients, honestly, and our goal is to help them become happy about their real estate transaction. So,
I just love your approach to things. I think everybody has heard the slang term cold calling, but I don't know that maybe really people understand what it is. You've become a master. Can you just glaze over what the heck is a cold call, and have you had any success with it?
Cold calling is all I did for at least the first 2 years of real estate.
What is it?
Cold calling is calling someone who does not expect your call. They don't know who you are, you don't know who they are, and you know about a home nearby that might be for sale, and you're wondering if they have friends or family interested in purchasing. And if not, when do they plan on selling?
There you go.
Which, if you think about it, it's similar to a door knock, selling a Kirby vacuum, knocking on a door when somebody's not expecting it. Maybe even a little bit easier
I would say so.
Calling than knocking on the door. So if you've got that skill to knock on the door and make a connection, to move into doing that by the phone was probably a pretty easy transition for you.
It's a lot less personal when someone hangs up versus slamming a door.
That, and then having to walk away. Yeah.
With their tail between your legs.
Yes. But you're so confident and comfortable and personable that you pick up the phone, and even if the phone call, they're not interested, you're still picking up the phone and you're making those calls and making those connections.
Mm-hmm. Making it happen.
Yeah.
Well, and you asked about success.
Have you had any success with it? I know the answer.
I mean, yes, obviously there's success, but I mean, I have friends now from cold calling. They weren't sometimes the friendliest at first, but now my family and their family have dinner together. Their kids watch my kids. I mean, I had someone take us to Cedar Point last week from cold calling. Right. Wouldn't let me pay for it, nothing.
Which is that's everybody's.
I just love your approach, though. Your approach to everything is so. I just want to make friends.
Yep. That's it.
I'm going to make friends, and I'm like, okay, make some money too. You're like, oh, I will.
Okay, make the friends first. Make sure people are taken care of, and then you're taken care of.
Correct.
In the back end.
I love it.
So you align yourself, your business is, to have friendships, right? You also align yourself with people that have similar interests, and one of your interests is motorcycles. You have a big place in your heart for veterans. Tell us a little bit about it's Foundation 14, right?
Yes.
That you're involved in, and how you have relationships with a lot of folks that are involved in that foundation.
Foundation 14. I mean, we could do a whole nother episode on them. My dad actually drugged me into that. He, when I first moved back, obviously I was gone 7 years. We didn't see each other often, but he got me riding motorcycles, and I instantly fell in love. And he's always been someone to help. He always wants to just go out of his way to help other people. And he found Foundation 14, and what they do is they take combat veterans, not just vets, but combat vets, someone who's seen some stuff.
Been in there, yeah.
And some of those guys have trouble, I don't want to say fitting in, but
PTSD is huge.
And they go see some crazy stuff, and they got to come back here and work a 9 to 5 and whatever else it is that just normal society we're used to, but it's a different world for them. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they put them on a motorcycle at no cost. They just got to pay insurance, but it's not just the motorcycle. It's once again, that's my other family. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's getting them to network back, getting them to give back. Like, okay, look, we gave you a bike. Now you got to help us with the next guy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I never served. I'm thankful for those who did. Mm-hmm. So I can knock doors and cold call.
Make calls, right? And be home with your family.
Yeah. But that, I don't know. To me, it's just fun. It's just hanging out with good people
but making a huge difference.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to that.
There's stories on stories and stories of friends in there that I got one friend, and I don't know if he wants me to name drop, but he didn't leave the home for 10 years without his wife. Would not leave. Wow. And now he's on day 35 or something of working out every day, and he posts every morning with one of his fingers showing, and it says FPTSD, and he's working out, and he's fighting those battles, and he hands down always gives it back to 14 from pulling him out of that funk.
That's awesome.
So I mean, there's all those stories, but it my problems are nothing compared to what some of them guys have,
I just think that that's great that you found that group of people that inspire you. We talked about a couple of events. Timing hasn't worked out, but I know Penny and I would love to come to one of those events upcoming and be a part of that. I would definitely be excited to be a part of that.
Absolutely. And just through osmosis, I've got to meet some of your connections, people that we've helped buy and sell homes for. And I'm in awe and humbled by all of them, because I also have a huge respect for veterans. My dad was a veteran, and anything we can do to help,
absolutely.
those who have sacrificed a lot for us, I'm always there.
Yep.
100%.
Maybe one of these days we'll have a Foundation 14. I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah, Red Door.
That'd
be rad.
Bad AS. I don't know what we can or cannot say on her, but
I
have
already
a
did.
bad bike with that Red Door can support Foundation 14 and getting a vet on.
Absolutely.
I love that thought, and we'll have to think about
We'll put a
maybe
pin in
making
that,
that to
bring it to
making that come
fruition.
to fruition. I used to ride myself until I had kids, and then I got a little bit worried, but I love it, and we'd love to participate in that in some way.
That'd be huge. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's a good time.
we'll meet about that.
We have a Red Door dirt bike.
We do.
Dean on our team has a Red Door dirt bike, so I think a Red Door Harley. Sorry, Dean, would be way cooler than a Red Door dirt bike, but just my 2 cents. So
Yeah. So if you were to give advice to a new agent who's thinking about starting real estate, I know I hate these kind of questions like, well, what's the one thing? Well, I don't have one thing, but what would be some genuine advice that you would give?
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't
Don't give up.
give up.
Keep going. You know.
Right.
Let them hang up on you. Just keep going.
knock
It'll
on
work
another
out.
door.
Yep.
Don't be afraid, right?
Yeah. Just I feel like if you work hard and you have, a good attitude about things and you're trying to genuinely help people, I might not be. I know there's got to be an agent better than me. Maybe one. Just kidding. There's definitely agents better than me. But what I did know is I cared. I genuinely cared about those people and their outcome.
Right.
And that's what kept me going. It's like there's other salespeople who are just, this is a check. And the checks come, but if you focus on helping people, I think, you get helped more in the long run.
That aligns so much with what we talk about over and over on this podcast when we talk about the clients first, and it comes up every single time.
Every time.
And that's part of what we really strive for as far as being different is it's not about the paycheck. It's about helping out that client, establishing that relationship, making a friend. And that attitude was something that we saw in you right from the beginning, and why you were such a great fit for Red Door, because you always have that positive attitude.
Always
have a positive attitude. In this market, in real estate in general, it's hard. And I think a lot of agents get defeated and deflated, and a lot of agents can't get past that. But you come into the office every day with a positive attitude that you're going to make a difference for somebody. And it might take 10 calls to find that person, but you're going to make that happen. And you do. I mean, more than really, frankly, anybody on our team, you're the guy who's on the phone dialing to make those connections. And that's cool stuff.
That's huge. I mean, there's agents in for 20, 30 years that don't have the chops for that. So kudos, my bro.
Well, thank you guys.
We're chuffed with you. We're
Chuffed.
chuffed.
Super
We're chuffed.
I was so you came in the office. It was a little wonky because you were on a team in the same brokerage and et cetera. But you came in, you were talking, and just right off the bat, I'm like, okay, number one, you're selling yourself short, and you're not going to do that in my presence. And you're like, oh, I'm like, yeah. So you're
Still
the best.
working on that.
Come a long way though, right?
Like
I don't know. I'm the first person to be like the, A+ self-deprecator, but I think it's just when you get the right people around, and you're the right people, I think that things just they just happen the way that they're supposed to.
It's where the magic happens.
So it is where the magic happens, and we've had a ton of success. And I'm not talking about like money, success. That's a worse way to measure success. Because like you said, the money will come, whatever. It's the friendships you make. It's the difference you make. like I said, I've been humbled to meet your clients. It's been awesome.
I got some fun ones.
Yeah.
They're always unique. I think attitude's everything.
It is.
And we always hear it over and over again. But it doesn't matter how hard you work. If you don't got the right attitude, you're going to find something to whine about.
Right.
Or find a roadblock, a reason not to keep going. And I mean, we're human. We always want to give up. But I guess back to that, what would you tell a new person? Just keep going and smile about it. Because one day it's going to work out. One day you'll be like, that's why I let that guy talk to me that way and hang up.
Yep.
That's why.
And that's why I picked the phone back up and called him right back.
Sorry, did the call drop?
Sorry, I think our call dropped.
That was a really bad connection. Can
you hear me now?
Carry on this conversation? We like to ask this question because there's so many funny things that happen. I mean, I should have been taking notes all along about crazy situations that have happened in real estate, but in crazy things that we see. Oh, yeah. And have you ever? Do you have one? Or showing or something that stands out as like, wow, I can't believe what I just saw inside this house, or I mean, and granted, we're non-explicit.
Oh yeah, we can't be super explicit. But that being said, tell us
some
weird,
fun stories.
funny, strange at a showing or a listing appointment.
For the last, it's got to be almost 11, 12 years now. Maybe I've been making a living in other people's homes. So it's not. It takes a lot to really make me go, oh wow, okay. Because, you're in other people's homes nonstop. In Kirby, we were spending, 2 to 4 hours in someone else's home with them.
Wow. Right. Yeah.
And that's completely uncensored in there. at least for real estate, they clean the house up.
Sometimes.
But, it's hard for me not to go explicit.
I was just thinking of a recent story too. Yeah, we probably won't pry that out of you, but but you have some funny things.
Yeah,
people are different. Everyone's got their own kind of cool.
and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's hard because it's
I had one.
Can I say spanking table or?
Yeah.
Why not?
I was just going to talk about a bathtub in a master closet.
Oh, I've never seen that. I've seen some carpeted bathrooms, and
that's always gross.
Yeah.
So Garrett has seen some tables that are not your everyday kitchen table, is what you're trying to tell us.
They're in the bedroom.
Right. Okay.
You know what,
to
though?
Each his own.
Well, here's the thing. Have you ever seen, there was a listing recently where the listing agent, they played up that aspect of the homeowner's, private life to generate a huge amount of interest and talk about the property.
Didn't they make it on the news?
Oh, it was on the news. It was everywhere. It was all over the place. So
I feel so left out.
Oh, wait till you see. Yeah, it was a very underground, aspect of their life, and they put it all out on display for their listing photos, and
like
people were
BDSM
intrigued.
Or what?
Yes, like a dungeon type of thing.
Okay. Well, I think 50 Shades of Grey kind of opened all of our eyes to that stuff.
I never read it, nor did I didn't see that.
Well, it goes without saying that it's all connected. So, yeah.
If to each his own. What did you say?
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own kind of cool.
Yes,
exactly.
Everybody's got their
something. As long as they're happy and
something.
honest, I don't care.
Right.
Well, so next time, if we see that in a home and it's one of our potential listings, then maybe we can play up on their play up on their play. Yeah. This is going south fast.
I'm sorry. I knew it was going to happen.
No, it's totally fine.
No, it's just funny. It's funny because there's so many different facets to real estate, right? You're in people's most intimate space. You're behind their closed door. You're behind their red door, right? And so that's life. We laugh about it, but we see a lot of crazy stuff.
Didn't you go on like a photo appointment and there was a gentleman in bed? Did you guys both you went to go take pictures with the photographer?
I had with at his.
Yes,
yeah. I went to make the bed. because this is the above and beyond that we do on the Red Door. We don't just send our photographer. Not only we always use a professional photographer, but we don't just send our photographer. We go, we meet the photographer, we roll up our sleeves, we get dirty and scrub toilet, whatever we have to do. And in this case, we were I was gonna fix the bed. I had to fluff the pillows and there was a guy in the bed, and I didn't see him because he was completely covered up. And all of a sudden, this guy moves, and boop, we bust out of the room. Sorry. But it was a teenage kid, and his mom had to come in and drag him out, and he was none too pleased that we were in there to kick him out of his bed, but to make his bed so that we could sell his house. But yeah, we did have that happen very recently, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
That's some funny stuff. So, what else, Penny?
What is in your experience? And you've been with Keller Williams now 4 years. Congratulations! It's pretty. I think the average lifespan of an agent is less than a year and a half.
Well, I think most people don't even give it a year.
No.
And when a new agent comes to us and say, "Well, how long can I start to see some success?" And my answer is at a minimum
6 months.
is I say 1 year. Yeah. I mean, really, to really be comfortable in your groove, I think it takes that long. So 4 years is fantastic.
12 months.
It's
my first one.
Yeah, and that's pretty typical.
That's pretty intense staying power. I mean, not a lot of people would stick with it.
No, just keep moving.
Stick with itness, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Stick with itness.
What is the most difficult part about being a real estate agent for you?
I don't know. I mean, the paperwork's hard, but we solved that problem. It's not hard. It's just tedious, and
this is
my strong point.
This is all your positive attitude, though, right?
How many people are like, "Oh, that nothing"?
Because everybody else would say, "Oh, wow, this and that and that."
No,
la la la.
I don't know. I think the hardest part is riding that roller coaster with clients. It's hard just to not take it home and not take it personal. When they're having a rough day, or there's always hiccups. Not always, but there are hiccups in real estate, and we know just to keep moving through them.
Right.
There's always a solution. Just keep going, stay happy, and things will buff out. But riding that roller coaster with them, I've had clients freak out.
Oh yeah,
and that's and you take it personal because you feel that for them. You know what I mean? And it's like you wish you could tell them, like, look, I promise you, it's going to be okay. Like I've yet to have someone be homeless or like not want. Like I don't think I have any clients that don't want to talk to me still. You know what I mean?
Right.
They at times they might have been upset, but at the end they were.
Well, I think people they want to find somebody to vent, right? And so we're the buffer. We're there with them, holding hands throughout the roller coaster ride. And so we've got to really keep ourselves as level as possible to do the best job that we can for them. Although we may even get emotionally attached, and involved on that roller coaster ride. But
you have to be the level-headed.
The level, it really, truly, okay. all the time, and talking, talking people through it.
That's always been the hardest part for me.
Yeah, and in that part, like, I mean, I don't know, I love real estate. There's times. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to quit once every couple of months, you're not trying hard enough.
Right. You're not doing it right.
Yeah, I really can't complain.
I don't even know that you would if you could, though. That's
no,
what's great about you.
because complaining won't get us anywhere we want to be. So
I wish I could bottle and sell your mindset.
Yes.
I would be a billionaire.
Yes. No, I agree with awesome. That. I agree
we'll do
with
it
that.
Together.
Okay. Captain Positivity.
So the market, right? The market. I'm so sick of talking about the market, and I'm a real estate agent. But if you had a crystal ball, if there was such a thing, and I allowed you to have it, I might keep it for myself. But if I did, what do you think the market's going to look like in a year? I mean, you've been in it a while. You're a very seasoned sales veteran. What do you think? Just the low inventory, the buyer, frenzy, the multiple offers, the roller coaster.
I'm hoping it's going to level out. It's been ever since I started. Like it's a seller's market, but there's going to be a
shift.
Yeah, the big shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been waiting for the shift for 4 years now.
Right.
And it gets stronger and stronger as a seller's market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think now too, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing a lot more signs as I drive. We're seeing a lot more signs just in Livingston County, every week. And I think people are starting to try and capitalize on that. With that, more inventory will come, and then it will start to hopefully even out to more balanced market or buyer's market. I've never even seen a buyer's market. I don't know what that looks like.
Right. It's so funny. We had Vic Bales on from Highlands Residential Mortgage, and he was talking about this exact thing. And it was interesting to hear his perspective that he actually thinks it's going to get worse. And the reason being, as far as the inventory, because all these people who are putting their searches on hold, thinking, well, I'll wait. Well, they're all going to need to buy. And what he was explaining is there's like, what did he say, 5 million first-time home buyers?
It was something crazy, the amount of first-time home buyers that are buying a house that don't have a house to sell. So,
so they're just taking them. One's not going back on, right? So his thought is that, and because I've been doing it for 6.5 years, and I haven't seen a buyer's market. You've been doing it for 8 years, and you may have seen a little bit
of a buyer's market in the beginning. Yeah, because I started kind of right at the tail end of the recession. I don't necessarily like either or a buyer's or seller market. I like it to be a little bit more balance. But we find ways to get through. So the crystal ball in a year from now. I'd like to see, in a year from now, come back and see what your success looks like a year from today. And I think it's going to be insane. I mean, you have 1 month where you've done the same amount of business that you've done in 1 year. If we could take that and have you do 12 times the amount of business that you did last year, next year, that would be amazing. Think of all the, not even thinking about that and the money. Think about all the friends that you're going to have
all
made.
The friends.
Right?
All the friends.
So there's always room for one more friend.
Always. You can never have too many.
Correct.
So Garrett's future is super bright.
Very bright. And again, not yet 30. I want to cry because I do. I tell people all the time, I wish I had gotten into real estate early. I'm not saying that like.
If I would have got in when I started Kirby, like Aaron McKenzie,
Yeah.
I also feel the same way. I wish I feel meant to be in real estate. Found my way here through other sales positions, but it's such a rewarding career. It's every day is different. It's so rewarding on so many levels. Gives us freedom, to be our own boss, and keeps you motivated because of that, I think. But
I agree.
A lot of really great stuff. Anything else that we want to know about Garrett? Or,
well, I just thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very excited to have you on and be able to talk about Foundation 14 and what that means to you. And we both have the pleasure of knowing your cute little family. And I'll just say right now that Dahlia is kind of one of my whys now, because I don't know. I have 2 children, by the way, beautiful children. Your daughter, she's joy. She's joy on 2 feet.
Oh yeah, you should have saw her today at Livingston Leather. She was behind the counter with a dog.
What's Livingston Leather?
Like vest and leather, like
is it?
Not like the table.
I know. Is it? Well, is it?
They're not whips.
No, is it the boot place?
I think they got boots there. It's just like motorcycle gear.
Oh, okay.
We went to get Sam a vest today, and
I have a vest for Sam.
And she just bought one. It was a youth medium.
Oh my god! I know mine was like an extra small back in the day.
And we looked over, and Dale was chasing the dog behind the counter. I was like, "You can't go back." And the guy was like, "Do you think there's rules at a leather store?" I was like, "Okay." I'm not gonna argue. Dog don't bite, does it? No.
Right. She's your happy, though. She's your personality. I think at this little age on steroids, so it's super cute. I see she's gonna have a great life. She's gonna go lots of places.
She can
with
literally
her sweet
wrap
little personality.
Anyone around her finger easily.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, you guys are definitely in trouble.
We'll get her in sales.
Well, I was just gonna say, we'll get her over with the red door, and we'll keep
family business.
Keep
we'll
her in
just
check.
grow the family.
Yep.
Well, Garrett, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. It's a pleasure every day to be able to work with agents like yourself, and your success is because you're just really good at making friends. So if anybody is looking to hire a pretty badass real estate agent, Garrett McCraight, Garrett at reddoorrealtygrp.com.
Thanks, Garrett.
Thank you, guys.